Hi there, welcome to another Work Solutions from luckymaths.co.uk. This is paper 1B, the calculator version, again, which can be downloaded on the website. Let's get going. So page 1, question 2 I've picked out as a good opportunity to use a bar model to divide 7,200 into 8 parts, basically, showing that each part is 900. Rest of the first page, hopefully, it's fairly self-explanatory. Question 6, a money question. It's just a template. Again, the bar model's there to maybe look at looking at the relationship, with the notes and the values. So one note, obviously that's £20, 2 notes, 40, 4 is 80, and 8 is 160, which does leave £130. But if you look at then at building up in £5 notes, 1, 5, 2 will be 10, 4 is £20, 8, 40, 20 notes is worth £100. So £130 in total, adding up the bottom numbers, is equivalent to 26 £5 notes, basically. Okay, this page, just fractions, percentages, and ratios, so I've not chosen to do any extra modelling. But for, question 9, a fifth, so again, it's fraction. Team wins a fifth of the game, so by drawing 5 boxes there, been able to show that 40 divided by 5 is 8. The team wins, therefore, 8 games. But on the model, if we look, so one box, I've crossed that off because that's not important, because we're left with obviously the games the team loses and the games the team draws, but they happen to be the same. And that basically means then there's 4 boxes left. 2 of them have to represent the losses, and 2 of them represent the draws. So two 8s mean there were 16 losses and 16 draws. Algebra now, well, a bit of indices. I sometimes like to just write this out in longhand to prove there are rules and shortcuts for these kind of questions, which I always say shortcuts can be dangerous because maybe don't always show full understanding of something. So with the powers at the top, if I've written out x times itself basically 6 times, and underneath divided by x times itself, I've shown how we can cancel, and I've crossed off obviously the ones that cancel, leaving us with x to the power of 4. Part B, because again, a lot of students will write a to the power of 5 for this because they'll get confused with the rules. If we know something's cubed, what does that mean? It means times by itself, essentially 3 times. A squared times a squared times a squared, which if you break that down, and then we see it kind of in its simplest form, that's a to the power 6, not 5. And again, the last one, just a combination of both parts A and B, really, in a sense of writing things out fully. But to show that after you've cancelled so many letters, we're left with m to the power of 3. I've not finished, done this question fully because, again, it is a calculator paper. But again, it's this idea of getting percentages done well with routine and get the calculator to help you. 10% of 900 is 90, half of that's 45. To clarify why 15% is 135. And again, the next part of the question, you'd want to use the calculator to subtract and divide. Okay, on this page, I know it's probability based, but with the last question, again, which is really a relative frequency type of question, 2 over 8, 1/4. So I've just done a little bar model there to show 200, obviously divided by 4, leaves you with 50 per quarter. Question 13 is about area, but it's also ratio. So I've just literally done the bar model at the bottom for the area, and again, T for tennis courts, O for open space. 7 boxes to 13 boxes, a total of 20 boxes or 20 parts, which we're going to divide the total area, 3,600 by 20, and as we can see, that's 180 per box. And then we're interested, obviously, in the open spaces, so the lower, number layer, if you like. 13 boxes, 2,340. For this ribbon question, which again was high value, 5 marks. I've actually modeled it, kind of with a non-calculator kind of a technique. At the top, 40 gift boxes, 40 centimeters per ribbon. So using doubling, again in the timesing by 10 concept, we've got the 1,600 centimeters. The medium box is 85, so 2 of those will be 170. I've then visualized using a bar model, because it says each medium box needs 85. The large box needs 3 times the ribbon of a medium box. So by implying drawing large as 3 boxes implies, again, the large box needs 255 centimeters of ribbon. And then those boxes that I've highlighted in red would be added together to basically show that it is more than the 2,000 centimeters I've worked out, again, using the ratio table for that metric conversion. And like I said before, of course, we would like every student to use a calculator, but some students, dare I say, even additional subtraction, they will not. They will just go with their instinct, sadly, and a lot of the time they'll be guilty of making silly mistakes, which of course can be costly overall. And the last question is just one of these, obviously a frequency table mean, so I can't really do anything using any kind of mastery methods here. So a lot of the questions, though, and that's it in the exam, it's trying to prove that not every question you can let's say use a ratio table or a bar model for, but there's quite a high percentage that do fit. As there's good opportunities to do that. So again, thank you for watching this video. I hope this has been useful going through those answers.